Hey friends, Lissa here. Today's video we are going to chat about my top 5 reasons why I personally don't do cheat days and why I believe that they don't work. So I used to believe in cheat days. I used to promote them and I used to say that they were okay until I went raw vegan. Once I went raw vegan, I realized that cheat days were just cheating myself and I didn't want to do those. I found that I had a general 5 top reasons why I don't want to cheat, and I wanted to share those with you guys today. The first thing that I found about cheat days is that for the majority of choices, the cheat meals or cheat days typically are really high fat and come along with refined sugar. The combination of these two and eating the high fat is basically a mixture ready for cravings right after you have your cheat day. So if you're eating high fat things like pizzas, burgers, fries, donuts, pastries, cakes, whatever, all of these foods tend to have higher fats in them. And if you're consuming this high amount of fat, then it's going to get into your bloodstream, it's going to clog your muscle cells, and it's going to prevent insulin from getting sugar into your cells. So if you do a cheat day and then the next day you go back to your fruit, you still have that fat flooding through your bloodstream for up to 72 hours after you eat it. So if you're going to do a cheat and you're going to go back to eating healthy, you have to know that all of that fat in your bloodstream is going to impede insulin from getting any sugars into your bloodstream or into your cells to use for energy. And you need the energy. Most people who do a cheat day don't really feel normal until about 2 or 3 days after they've cheated, because their body has to take time to get that fat out of the system. So if you cheat, you're going to have a couple of days of maybe massive cravings and a hard time getting back onto your diet. And that's why a lot of people fall off, is because they'll have one cheat and then all of a sudden they just can't get back to their healthy lifestyle because of the high fat. Normally that's what you have. You know, there's some people who cheat on other things like just candy, but for the most part, most cheat meals come with high fat, and that can cause a lot of issues, cause a lot of cravings, and you know, you just don't feel so great after. Sure, it was probably delicious and awesome, but really, are you ready to pay for the next 2 days trying to get back onto a diet? Maybe you're feeling sluggish because if you have a lot of fat running through your body and the insulin isn't getting any sugars into your blood cells, you're probably going to feel tired. That's one thing that a lot of people will notice after doing a cheat day, is they feel a lot more tired trying to get back onto their healthy plan. So the best option obviously is to not do cheat days. And if you do happen to have a slip up, make sure that it's a low fat thing, because then that will make it a lot easier for you to get back on your healthy lifestyle the next day. The second reason why I don't use cheat days is because I feel it's extremely triggering to me to eat more of those foods that I'm cheating with. And I feel, for me personally, it's potatoes. Potatoes would definitely cause me a huge trigger to eat just massive amounts of potatoes, and in turn I would be eating a lot less fresh, raw, healthy fruits and vegetables. Plus, my potatoes would end up, you know, they would start being an innocently boiled potato with a big salad. The next day I'd be like, oh, I didn't feel so bad. Maybe I'll have 3 or 4 little potatoes with a smaller salad. And then eventually it's like, well, I could add a little bit of fats to the potatoes, because I never really liked eating plain boiled potatoes. I always had to have stuff on them. So I'd, you know, justify adding a little fat to it or whatever. And eventually I would probably end up with a plate of potatoes with fats and nutritional yeast or something, and that's all I would have for dinner. So eventually I know what the snowball effect does. If I allow just a little bit or a cheat into my life, it basically opens the door for me to cheat the next day and cheat the next day and cheat the next day. It's really hard for somebody who has food addictions to keep it to once a week or once a month or something like that, because if you allow one in, you allow a lot more in. So that's my big reason why, second big reason why I don't do cheat days, is because it opens those doors for me to fall off my raw diet. And I feel amazing eating this way. So if I want to feel my best, why don't I just eat my best? And then I can feel that way every day without needing cheats. The third reason why I don't cheat on foods like burgers or even like no vegan junk food, not even cooked food, is because what constitutes a cheat for one person isn't for the next, and what is a proper treat and what is a bad cheat. Like there isn't really any guides, because you can't have a guide. It's totally subjective. It depends on the individual. And I just don't want to even go there or decide on what I want to cheat on. And you know, if it's a small cheat or a big cheat, like, it just depends on the person. What is a cheat for me might not be a cheat for you, and I don't want to go into that. Is this an okay cheat? Is this not an okay cheat? Because it starts to get up into my mind, and I feel like maybe I'm not good enough because I'm having a cheat, blah, blah, blah. And all of these emotional feelings surrounding choosing a treat or cheat. And I just don't want to go through that. I don't want to feel like I should cheat because everyone else cheats. I don't want to feel like it's necessary for me to stay raw if I cheat on having like a raw vegan, or I mean a cooked vegan pizza on a Friday night. I don't want to feel obligated to do that. I don't want to feel like I need to choose that. I just don't want to think about what constitutes a good cheat, because I just don't cheat at all. So, and I love, love, love that quote. 100% abstinence is a lot easier than perfect moderation, because what's perfect moderation? That's what a lot of people use when they're talking about cheats, is that they're eating this thing in moderation. And you guys all know that my definition of moderation is a word people use to justify eating things they already know they shouldn't. So if you have to use the word moderation, well, I'm eating this in moderation, you already know that you shouldn't be eating it. But that's your prerogative, totally. These, again, are just my opinions. I don't want to even consider moderation. I just want to completely say no to absolutely everything, and everybody knows that I say no to everything, so they actually stopped asking if I wanted to have any cooked foods or whatever, because they know I'm going to say no. So it's a lot easier to say no to absolutely everything than to say yes here and there and trying to decide, you know, oh, I had something yesterday, I shouldn't have this today. I just don't want to bother with that, all those mind games of what is good for me or what. So I just like to say no to everything and yes to all of the fresh raw foods. The fourth reason why I don't want to be doing cheat days is because cheat days end up on pedestals, and we put these foods and they're enshrined in gold on this like beautiful diamond encrusted pedestal, and it's like Friday night special, we have pizza or whatever. This makes me personally resent eating healthy throughout the week, because all I can think about is pizza on Friday night. And, you know, I don't feel good eating, you know, it's just I feel bored eating whatever, trying to get to that Friday night. But if I just get rid of that and don't even think about cheat days, then I can focus on enjoying each of my raw foods and finding raw foods that I love that can replace the pizza on Friday nights. I don't want to have these junk foods controlling my life, because when they're on the pedestal, they're in control of me. I want to be on the pedestal and to not eat those foods and to just give myself the proper foods that I need to live. Of course, I enjoy my raw food, and of course there's meals that I absolutely love. I have my new marinade in my new meal plan book that's coming out. You can find all of my recipes at this link right here. If you're looking for some awesome new raw vegan tasty stuff that you can use to replace your pizza on Friday night or your burger on Saturday afternoon, you can definitely do that. I know it's difficult, it's really hard, but putting the foods on the pedestals is not helping us long term, because the focus should be on health. You should put your health on the pedestal and not those foods that you're craving and desperately looking forward to. And the last reason why I choose not to cheat would be because I always want to choose the best. If I am going to feel my best, I want to put the best into me. And I don't want to go through those 3 days of, feeling sluggish after a cheat meal. I don't want to be putting the foods on the pedestal. I don't want to be going through all of those debates, even though I could just enjoy a burger or something and just love it. I don't want to allow myself to fall into that category because I feel so good right now. So why would I even want to try tasting other stuff or putting foods on pedestals and have them on Friday nights? I want to feel my best, and why take a step back when you can continue on your journey? I don't like, and I never have liked, the feeling of taking 2 steps back and only 1 step forward, because inevitably my food addictions will continuously crave those foods that I put on pedestals. And the problem with me is that if I did say, okay, I can have a vegan cooked pizza every Friday night. It never is every Friday night. It's Friday night, and then Saturday, it's like, oh, well, I'm feeling sluggish or tired or whatever, so I'll justify eating this other thing. And then Sunday, there's something I'll justify. And then Monday, there's something I'll justify. So it never is Friday night. It ends up becoming almost a daily thing. So I don't want to go there. I don't even want to allow it in my life. And that is, again, just my personal opinion. But I hope this video did help or resonate with somebody, and if it did, please click like and subscribe to my channel to get notifications for more. Again, you can find all of my recipe books at this link right here, and you can get print versions on Amazon. Just search for the titles. I'm on Facebook, Lissa's Raw Food Romance. On Instagram, where I am most active, at Raw Food Romance, and over on Snapchat, Lissa Raw Vegan. So until the next video, guys, enjoy that beautiful, delicious, hydrating, high fiber salad and fruit on.